Did you know? If you actually have comprehension skills, no religion on this earth can knock on your door, because the moment you read, not worship, not believe, not emotionally react, but read, the whole thing collapses. Let me show you something Christians never question. 1. And God said, "Let there be light." Cool. Said? In what language? If God said anything, then that means God already had a language, meaning communication already existed, meaning words, grammar, sound, vibration, and structure already existed before creation. Now here's the problem. 2. No language existed yet. No humans existed to hear it. No writers existed to document it. No witnesses existed to translate it. So how do you, a modern human, magically know what God said before humans existed? You don't. Somebody wrote it for you thousands of years later. That's not divine. That's editorial. 3. Your comprehension kicks in right here. If no humans existed, who heard God speak? If no languages existed, in what tongue did God speak? Hebrew didn't exist yet. English didn't exist until 1,400 years after Jesus. Greek didn't exist during creation. So who translated God's "let there be light"? Answer: men, later, much later. This is why pastors can't answer this. This is why church members get quiet, because comprehension exposes what belief tries to hide. 4. The first languages on earth were African, and they existed long before the Bible. Let's talk facts, not faith. Khoisan languages like Nanowu, spoken for over 20,000 years, making them the oldest human languages still alive. Ancient Egyptian, Kemet, written script recorded as early as 2690 BC, far older than Biblical Hebrew. Nsibidi, Nigeria, a non-alphabetic African writing system dating back 5,000 years. Proto-Saharan scripts, Sudan region, one of the earliest symbolic systems in human history. Africa had language, Africa had writing, Africa had philosophy, Africa had cosmology, Africa had science, thousands of years before one Hebrew letter ever existed. So how is a book written 3,000 years ago telling you what God said 14 billion years ago at creation? It's not. It's storytelling, it's mythology, it's belief, sold as fact. 5. And this is why comprehension is a threat to religion. When you think, the spell breaks. When you ask questions, the dogma shakes. When you use comprehension over belief, you'll notice the story has gaps. The timeline doesn't add up. The languages don't match. The events can't be verified. The word of God is written in the words of men. No wonder pastors dodged your question. No wonder members got quiet. Because once you decode Genesis 1, the rest of the Bible collapses automatically, and that's why religion needs believers, not thinkers. Because the moment you think for yourself, you'll realize the truth. The oldest language on earth is African. The oldest writing on earth is African. The oldest human on earth is African. So why would the Creator speak anything but the language of the first people? Because the Creator you were taught about was created by someone else. Final thought. If your Creator doesn't speak your first language, then ask yourself, why did they erase your native tongue and give you English instead? Because here's the truth that cuts deep. Black Americans and Caribbean people are the only people on earth who can't speak their original language, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by design. Everyone else kept their mother tongue. Chinese speak Chinese, Indians speak Hindi, Arabs speak Arabic, Europeans speak their own languages. Even small tribes in remote jungles still speak the language of their ancestors. But you? You speak a language that didn't even exist until 1,500 years ago. A language created in Europe. A language that was forced onto enslaved people with whips, chains, and laws. A language that replaced your identity, memory, and connection to your ancestors. So the real question is, before English, what language did you speak? You don't know. because they made sure you'd never know. They didn't just steal your land. They didn't just steal your body. They stole your tongue, the one thing that connects a soul to its ancestors. And then they handed you a Bible in English and convinced you that the Creator sounds like them, talks like them, and speaks to you in their language. Let that sink in. If your God doesn't speak your original language, you're not worshiping your Creator, you're worshiping your colonizer.